What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing on this lovely Saturday afternoon? If you're in the Southeast, or if you're on the East Coast, of course, if you're in the Central or on the Pacific Coast, I guess it's still morning for you. But hey, we're getting ready for the Memorial Day weekend. So blessed Memorial Day weekend for you guys. Thank you guys who have served and gave some, and we want to remember those who gave all. This weekend, that's what it's all about. I always have a hard time saying Happy Memorial Day because I think it's more of a holiday of reflection, and it just seems a little thin to say happy, even though we all should be happy, but I think a blessed is more appropriate. So for you guys who have had family and have lost loved ones, our thoughts and prayers go out to you. But I wanted to spend a little bit of time and give some time for a little Q&A. I had several good questions come in over the week. I'm still sort of quote unquote on holiday, if you will, on vacation because of my schedule and just getting everything up and running here at Casa La Wilson. We've been working in the backyard, so that's why a little bit of the red skin. If you see, I don't know how the camera's looking there, but I don't know what it looks like on your end. But I am sunburnt. But I've been out there working and planting and helping Gina in the garden and getting our backyard up to par. So anyway, I had some good questions that I wanted to hit real quick. I'll hit the first one first because it's a non-member question. And it's a great question I get a lot of times. Terry, I'm looking at your system, looking about doing an online business and just trying to figure out, what is a reasonable expectation of what one could make doing the type of work you promote on your podcast and webinars. So that was from Jeff out in San Diego. So, hey, Jeff, so here's the deal. It's a production-based type business. So it's a wide spectrum. We have folks who are, not making anything yet because it's some of this online marketing and entrepreneurialism and things like that are new to them. And then we have some guys that, this is just, they've hit the ground running and are really knocking it out of the park, making, high six-figure, $500,000-$600,000 a year. So it's a wide spectrum. I would tell you this, the way I normally like to answer questions when it's asking about income is answer it in this fashion. Our system that we have, no matter if you come in as sales rep and trainer, plus rep and trainer, elite rep and trainer, we start you off on ground level, everybody, and go steps through 1 through 6. And in that process that we show you, it has been our experience over the last 11 years of doing this. If people will work on that, do that, and execute on that, the numbers reflect that you're going to close one person out of 25 qualified leads you generate. And the beautiful thing about our business is the videos and the sales funnels and the auto response systems that we show you how to set up. And all of these are 50-cent terms if you've never been in marketing, specifically online. The sales funnel is a series of web pages with videos and content and things on it. An autoresponder is an email software system like MailChimp or GetResponse or Aweber or one of those. And what it does is, as someone asks for more information, the autoresponder kicks out and sends them a series of emails based on what they're asking about. So we have a complete system, and we show you how to put it together. We show you how to market it, how to send traffic through it, and all of that. And it's been our experience that when you do that, once you start generating qualified leads and then you follow up with those qualified leads the way we show you, using the scripts we show you, using the process that we show you, you do it the way we show you, you're going to close 1 out of 25. And in TW3 world, you're going to make a minimum of $750 and a maximum of $18,000 based on how you're credentialed with us. But the average sale is going to be, you can pretty much count on, you take the lows and you take the highs and you average it out, it's usually around $1,000 a client you're making. Sometimes you're making $750. Sometimes you're making $1,500. Sometimes you're making $1,000. But the average, when you average it all out, you're making about $1,000. So here's the deal. If you're making $1,000 per client you onboard and bring on, and you're going to close 1 out of 25, then reverse engineer this. What do you need to make? Do you need to make $1,000 a week? Then you need 50 qualified leads. Do you need to make $2,000 a week? Okay. Then 50. Do you need to make $5,000? So if for 25 leads, qualified leads equals $1,000, just, do the math, and that tells you. And I will tell you that's the average. Okay. We have some reps that it takes 50 qualified leads to close one. We have other reps that it takes 5 qualified leads to close one. So here again, but on average, and what we're averaging out is people that are highly proficient to people who are brand new to sales, to marketing, to doing this type of business, and they come in it green, knowing nothing. So that's the average. So I just tell people, find out what you need to make. Okay. And then as you need to sort of make that, then reverse engineer it. So that's a great question. Now, we had a membership question that came in from Maris, and she asked, what's my top RMPs? Now, if you are new to TW3, RMPs is an aggregate of different types of third parties that we do marketing for and lead generation for. A lot of times people confuse it. Oh, that's just affiliate marketing. No, affiliate marketing requires you to sell something. In other words, I go over to Amazon and I become an affiliate for the Heil PR4 microphone, for instance. And I say, hey, if you like the way this microphone sounds and you're podcasting and you would like to do the same thing I'm doing and using the same equipment I use, then go over to terrywilson3.com/tools, or terrywilson3.com/equipment. Click on that link where it says the Heil PR40 and get that for only $349 using that link or whatever it is. And then when you make a sale, I make money. That is affiliate marketing. Referral marketing, which is what we teach, train, and show and illustrate, is where I send you over to a link, and whether you bought the microphone or not, just looking at it and generating a lead for the people who want to sell it, I make money. Okay, so it's a little bit different. And my top RMPs, I reveal to my members, and if you're a Plus or Elite member, it's actually in your training, in your back office. If you're a Plus member, I think it's step 8. If you're an Elite member, it's step 9. So just check that out. You'll see a PDF file back there with my top 25. You want to know how, I went on vacation and it's actually technically still on vacation. Of course, I'm working a little bit, and then this is just for the week I was out on the 3 weeks I was out on the RV, making that kind of money. Then you go over there and it shows you exactly who I'm using, how I'm presenting it, and all of that. So do we have any connection issues or anything like that? I'm seeing my stream, it says live stream health. It goes orange and goes back to green. So I'm just making sure someone make a comment and let me know that our stream health is okay. I want to make sure you guys are able to, if I need to reconnect or something, I don't know. Now it went back to green. So it's just weird. It's doing something strange. I haven't seen it do this before. So I just want to make sure that's all good. All right. So yeah, we will be having another live webinar and podcast coming up on June 3rd. All right. Hey, James, good to see you. What's up, Greenbacks? Good to see you. So just making sure that my screen is okay on my side. Okay, good. Because it was doing something weird on this end. It was like it was going orange, and normally it stays green. Keep losing feed, have to reboot. Okay, sorry, Larry. I'm seeing that because the numbers are going up and comes back down, going up and coming back down, and it goes from green to orange. I'm like, what is going on? There might be some connection issues. We don't have any thunderstorms right now here in the Carolinas, so I didn't know if it was typically if it's a electrical storm or something like that, well, AT&T, it's who I use. we tend to have a problem. But yeah, for the Maris, for RMPs, go back there and look. But here again, I would tell you, if do steps 1 through 6 first. It's not that we're trying to bootstrap you into doing business only one way, but it's just, we've done this long enough that we have figured out, the technical skill sets, the marketing skill sets you need to effectively do RMP. If you haven't mastered steps 1 through 6, it's going to be incredibly difficult to do if you haven't got that skill set down first. And isn't, like I said, you are your own independent entrepreneur. We're just your back office. We're just your support staff and all that. I mean, do your business the way you want. We're not trying to handcuff you or make you do something, but I'm just saying that if you want some words of experience, that just seeing tons of people do this over the last 10 years, the better way is learning how to build funnels, to do marketing strategies, driving traffic, following up, all of that stuff, those skill sets that you're going to learn, and you're not going to have to develop the marketing assets you need at first. For instance, why it's so easy to sell TW3 at first is because we've got all the videos and the way to follow up with them to push them through the funnel for you. You don't have to create that. When you go out and start doing RMP, when you start going out and marketing your own business, even that's what you've got to do for those campaigns. You got to have your own videos. You got to have your own email sequence going out. So there's a lot more creation that has to take place. And if you're new to this, you could spend months creating those marketing assets, those videos, those follow-up emails, all that stuff, and it's still not working. You're figuring out why. Well, the skill sets that we show you in steps 1 through 6 while giving you all of these assets would have taught you that, and you would have picked that up, and you would have saved a ton of time. And in a little cliche I like to use, you would have been able to earn while you learn, because as you're selling the TW3 system, you're learning how it works and how to use these different software components in a way that you just translate it right over to what else you're wanting to do. So good stuff. James says, can the TW3 customized filter scrub list be resold? Yeah, absolutely. So that's one of the assets you have, James. So all you have to do, I think you get it for like $5.99 or $6.99 or something like that. And that's 1,000 filtered scrub data that you then just go out and you can retail for whatever you want. But you get it at wholesale as a member. Yeah. And keep in mind, know the value of this data list, because, go over to USA Data, Melissa Data, infofree.com, all these companies, they're charging anywhere from $75 to $150 per 1,000 list. Okay. So for a 1,000-piece list, filtered and scrubbed the way our members get for only like $6 or $7, whatever it is, other people are reselling it on the retail end. You're getting, because what we do is we just buy tons and tons of data and get it at a pretty significant clip. Greenback says RMPs make money without selling anything. It is. It's great. Terry, I'm talking to a call center lead today. The deal is real. And Greenbacks for Jeff out in San Diego that asked, what kind of income can I reasonably make? Greenbacks is on here. Talk to Gary. What can you reasonably make? And Gary had a client that he just brought on that is using these tools down in Florida. And I don't know if Chris is on today, but Chris, hey, golly, I think in his first few weeks, he made $34,000. Now that's the exception, not the norm. But if you're wanting to know what's possible, that's what's possible. But where should you set your expectations? You should set your expectations like I set my expectations is I'm going to be the one it takes the longest and the hardest to do. And then that way, when that happens, I'm not frustrated. And so if, expect the worst, and then if you get anything better than the worst, you're always happy, right? So I always expect I'm going to have to do everything the slow, hard way. And what I'm telling you is if the numbers bear out that dealing with the worst salespeople and then mixing in with people like Gary, who's an incredible closer, you mix all of these people in, the average salesperson is going to make one sale out of 25 qualified leads. So it just tells you, it just stands to reason logically. Well, then for every $1,000 you want to make, generate 25 qualified leads, and be able to do it. And then what James is bringing up as a member is just ancillary ways that you can make money. Now, one of the other things I got is, Terry, I'm new to this. I'm not going to mention this person's name, but it's a member. I'm new to this, and I'm concerned that I'm spending money before I'm making money, and I need to know how to make money quick so I'm not digging myself in a hole with the marketing expense part of this business, because I really want to resell this. Okay, and I'm sort of weak. Okay, so this person is basically saying they're new. They've already bought the system, the marketing system, and to generate leads, they're trying to figure out, what's a way to make money quick, because I can start throwing $25, $50 per ad campaign to get leads. And if I don't sell quick, hey, Mike, good to see you. What can I do? We have a strategy, and I want you to look at it, and it's under your membership training in your back office under webinar, and then under private membership training. How to monetize your affiliates. Because one of the ways we teach you is how you can recruit affiliates for free, but monetize those affiliates without ever having to sell a TW3 system. So you should never go in, if you're working the system correctly, for every campaign you run, you should at a minimum be doubling, if not tripling your money on that campaign. How? Because you're able to recruit affiliates for free and sell them leads. Okay. You're able to monetize those leads if you're plus or elite through giving them job situations and stuff like that. And there's some other strategies we show you back there. I'm not going to give it out on a public training, but look at that training that we have back there, because if the only way to lose money and generate in these campaigns, the only way to lose money is I generate leads, I try to sell them a system, and I don't sell a system on that batch of leads. Okay. Then I've lost money. What we're teaching you is how to, you definitely want to resell the system, but you also want to monetize that activity in the ways we show you back there, where it's a safety net for you. So when you're not selling it, you can still make money. Greenbacks just said, last week I made $5,000 in call center. I've been with TW for over 5 years. TW3 has a strong brand and reputation built and ready to go. Income is unlimited. There you go. I like for Gary to speak to his own money, so that, and other members that come on, because then it's not coming from me. But guys, the deal is real. You don't last online for over 10 years and it not be. We make no bones about it. It's not easy for some it's easier for, some it's not. Everybody comes at this different, but I can promise everyone this, it is definitely worth taking the time, developing and it's not overly complicated, guys. It's not super difficult. It's just, if you come in this thing and you ignore all the training, you ignore what you're being told, and you just go straight at doing what you know to do real quick and not taking care of some of these little small details and get going too quick and not paying attention to what we're telling you, then you can waste a lot of time. We're saying slow down when you get in, take that training, do it the way we show you, because we promise you, matter of fact, we guarantee, we have a 90-day money made guarantee. If you credential at the plus level or above, you're going to make money, because the system, the software, the strategies is not up for debate nor trial. It's proven. The only way you can't make money is not doing it the way we show you. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow, but it does mean good activity drives good results. Just, I promise you, keep doing it. And I was laughing, Chris, funny man, Chris Roop at chrisroop.com. He comes in and he sits in with us on the podcast from time to time. And the guys that came to the conference know Chris. He's sort of my MC. He was laughing because the very people he thought was going to join next day didn't. And the person that he sort of wrote off in his head, well, they're not going to do this, joined the next day. And I will tell you, the biggest mistake, and Greenbacks can probably talk to this, and some of you other guys that's been with me for a while, don't ever think you know exactly who's going to do what. It will surprise you. The very people you talk to are like, they're not going to do anything. They're the ones that'll be coming with a credit card tomorrow to buy, and then the ones that's talking the big game, the ones that's, knows everything plus more, and they're the ones that it seems like they never close. And so don't ever get it in your head that, just treat everybody the same, be positive with everyone, be kind to everyone, genuinely care for the person and helping them no matter where they're at in their situation in life. And you will be surprised. One of our top recruiters, and you can go back and listen to a podcast. This lady was a business owner out in, I believe, Gary, it was Texas. I think she was one of your clients. She was out in Texas, went through a nasty divorce, lost everything, ended up living under a bridge in New Orleans. She had no money, but she was able to find someone that had some money with a credit card and ended up buying our system and rebuilt her whole life. Going from homeless to very hopeful. When I talked to her and did that radio interview, and you'll hear it on the podcast, you can go back and search it on, I don't know what episode it is. I'll have to check it out. Matter of fact, while I'm talking, I'll look at it. She was living in an apartment with, people selling drugs and prostitution right outside the door as we were talking. I mean, so that's where she was as far as, just rebuilding her life and everything. Now, had I or anybody else just sort of wrote her off saying, well, they're not going to do anything, they're, look at their situation in life, and prejudged her and thought, it's just, someone that's, then we would have been out a great rep and someone who's been able, go over to terrywilson3.com/podcast, and it's episode 263. You ought to listen to that sometime. But she's telling her story about how she went from, broke, busted, and disgusted, homeless, and now is, making a decent living. Let's see here. Greenback says last week, mate. Yep, got that. And Mike says, how long does it normally take to get credentialed for the initial first 3 hours? I submitted about a week and a half ago. Mike, let me ask you this, is your recruiter an elite member? Because what we normally do is when that comes in, we send it to your recruiter if it's an elite member. And if your recruiter is not an elite member, then we send it to the person that recruited him. In other words, we try to find someone within that agency that is a recruit. So if they are an elite member, you want to follow up with them. Okay. And I think you might be connected to Lindsay. And if that would make sense, because she's been in out of the country for about a week. So she just got in late last night. And so follow up with her in a day or two and see where you're at on that. Because if Lindsay's your girl, because I think she's the one that's got you, and that would be the reason why for the delay, because she's just been out. But normally it takes about 3 or 4 days, just so you know. Yep. So just follow up with Lindsay, and she can get that to you. Greenback says last week made. Yep. And call center made $750. Yep. Absolutely. That's right. You never know. Gary's saying you never know who's going to sign up, work everybody with the same enthusiasm. Hey there, Gary. Larry's giving you a shout out. All right. Good stuff. All right. Do I have any other questions? I just want to make sure. Are you guys running into any objections or questions that you've got working the call center that I can hit for you real quick? I promise you we'll be back to a regular schedule in June and getting a lot more membership training back up to speed. So just let me know on that. And we'll also have the mastermind. I've got some great announcements. I won't be announcing it until the podcast, but I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of secret. We're changing the way our one-on-ones happen with elite members, but it's going to be a good thing because it's going to be unlimited one-on-ones. But we're doing it a little bit different. So just giving you a little tease there, because we used to have only 4 one-on-ones with me with elite members, and that's about to be unlimited. So I think we're going to be able to help our elite members even more. So I think that's going to be really, really cool. So I'm excited about that. Some things that we're changing in the business to help support our elites even at a higher level. All right. Good stuff, guys. Well, listen, I want to wish all of you guys a blessed Memorial Day weekend, and my thoughts and prayers for all of you guys that have family members who have sacrificed. Thank you so much. We live in a great country because of people like you and your family who have been willing to sacrifice, and we can't thank you enough. And thank you, Gary. He said everybody's waiting for the podcast to start back up. We'll be starting on June 3rd, so make sure you have everybody come out. We're going to be promoting the upcoming conference and next year, And so that's exciting. That Monday before the podcast, Chris and I go down and finalize on the next room that we're getting. It's supposed to be able to hold to 100, 150. So we're growing this thing a little bit each year. The first year we had it was 25, and then last year it was 50, and hopefully this year we're going to have anywhere from 100 to 150. So that's what we're working toward, and just building that conference up. And I'm telling you, you'll want to be at the conference. Everybody that's been there can tell you it was well worth the time and effort to get there, because I think just the community and people getting to ask one another and all of that was something special to see. And I see it. The reason we keep doing it is because we're seeing all the results from folks who have been there and participated. So we know it's worth it because we're seeing the results from you guys who have attended. So that's why we keep doing it. So good stuff. James says, I'm ready to start scheduling my one-on-ones with you. When will you be ready to do that, this coming week or down the road a little bit? So James, it will be 1st of June. So I'll be announcing a little bit of how that's going to change a little bit, but absolutely we can do that coming up in the first week in June. But wait till that podcast, because we'll be announcing some of that and how that's happening. And we'll give you a choice, by the way, if you want to do it the old way or the new way, because I think you might want to do it the new way. But I'm not going to let too much out of it. I'm trying to keep it suspenseful. Ooh, but it'll be your choice, because now the people that are coming on as elite members here on out won't get the choice. It's going to be the new way that we're doing it. But anyone that came in before June 1 will have the choice of how they want to handle their one-on-ones and stuff like that. So, all right. Larry says it was worth it for sure. Great conference. So good deal. Larry is the man. Larry, I want to be your neighbor. Every time I see Larry, I just think of Clearwater and that area of the country down there that I love so much. So anyway, well, guys, have a great weekend. Thanks for hopping on with me and asking some questions and making this a pretty fun event. And I will try to do another probably live Q&A sometime Monday, Tuesday of next week, just to keep things. I'll try to do 2 next week because it's starting to settle down here. I finally got all my honey-do list knocked off. So I'm getting caught up finally. So I'll be able to do more in the office here, and then I'll be back in the saddle ready to rock and roll 1st of June. So have a great weekend. We'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you for listening to our show today at TerryWilson3.com. If you would like more information on how we can take your money, your business, and your life to the next level, then please visit us online at TerryWilson3.com or call 800-673-1728.
This is the Terry Wilson. Really, I'm excited, Terry. I want to get started here.
Is this a celebrity, Terry Wilson?
Oh my word!
How you doing, sir?
Dude, don't even go there. I've been listening to this for a while, and I'm finally like, okay, guys, what a privilege. I mean.